Good morning, folks. Good afternoon. Sorry. What am I thinking of? I'm distracted by the fear of rats, to be honest. But that's another story. I'm here at Brinklow. Well, near to Brinklow. Brinklow's kind of over there. And lovely guy in a boat behind me. I think he's a similar age to myself. Not long retired, I don't know, but he seems really nice guy. Anyway, you know, we may have a little chat on camera at some point, but not the priority. Priority now is to get into Brinklow and procure a couple of supplies. I actually did this ride the day before yesterday, so I think this is my third day. I've spent 2 nights here, I think, and on both nights I have heard the patter of tiny feet scrabbling around in the cratch, and we all know what that means. Well, I know what it means for sure, because I actually shone a torch in there a couple of times and I caught a little rat-shaped head peering up from behind. To be honest, it's a dreadful mess in there. I've just let it build up and not had a good tidy of it for like over a year. It's just disgraceful. It's my own fault. I've essentially built a sort of a rat condo in the cratch there. It's just ideal for them. So many nooks and crannies in between all the stuff that I've got in there. So I need to have a proper clear out, like as a priority. Let's check the door. Yeah, that's good. I've got to do something because I can't carry on with the cratch and that. I mean, it's not in an acceptable state as it is, to be honest. I'm going to wheel. I'm going to ride this first bit and then I'm going to wheel. There's a particularly muddy patch a little bit further near the top where it feels a bit sketchy to ride. This bit sort of just about okay. I don't know what the road's going to be like. We'll see. Whoops-a-daisy. It is a little bit naughty. Here we go, got the engine on now. So I'm going to go nice and slow on this bit. Broad towpath, so I'm trying to stay away from the muddy section in the middle. But I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this, and I think, yeah, I'm going to have to get off and walk. It's just a bit too sketchy. Actually, this bit's not too bad. But there's a bit further up. Are we there? Yeah, perhaps not. It's skating round a little bit, skidding round a bit, but it's acceptable. But I think it's here where it starts getting properly sketchy. Maybe just a bit further. I'll ride as long as possible because my lazy bugger and saves me walking. Face full of bushes. Right, I feel like it's this. Don't know what's happening with the brake squealing there, but not important at the moment. So yeah, I did some proper skidding about on this little section. Do you know something? I'm gonna have to put some gloves on as well. It's we're in the final third of November now, and I have to say, for just in the last couple of days, it started to feel like it. It's been mild enough before then that, you know, late autumn, sort of chilly, you know, not too bad sort of thing. Look, it's a bit crappy. So I'm not cycling this bit. It's not worth the consequences, the potential consequences of falling off. There's one particularly unfortunate bit of this route, which is that I've got to carry the bike up to that road there. But this is where, right, this is where, and I was talking to a guy about e-bikes up on the top end of the Ashby at Snairstone. Lovely chap, actually, really nice guy. And what's that noise, running water? Anyway, he was talking about e-bikes and he was interested, and of course, there's nobody worse. Hang on. This is a good almost 30 kgs with the stuff. Hang on. The worst thing he could do, of course, is to mention it to me, because he got about a 2-hour lecture on what was good and bad about mine and the things I'd learned. And he had his eye, I'm going to put the gloves on. Whew. He had his eye on a bike. Engway or something. One of the new generation of cheap Chinese e-bikes. Decent enough bikes, I'm sure. Not a problem. But heavy, fat tired. I mean, this is sort of, these are 2-inch wide knobbly tyres. So they're a compromise. They're not as stable as a 4-inch tyre. You've seen the ones I mean. But if needs be, I can pedal this bike without power. And, you know, it's not too bad. It's rideable. Even though it's heavy, it's rideable. Uphill would be a nuisance, but you know what I mean, most of the time. So, let's get going. Right, I'm just going to wait for this next car. This road is quite busy. It's not normally, so it's quite busy now by its normal standards. 1 car every minute. I'm like, oh, it's crazy. But it's not normally this bad. Whoops, there's another one coming up behind me. So, where was I? Yeah, so he's thinking about buying this bike, this Engway. And I said to him, look, one of the chief things you need to consider is that on a boat, you quite often have to carry your bike up and down over a railway bridge, perhaps, or up from the canal to a road, as you've just seen. You know, 30 feet and more. So, and I think you might be okay, but what about your missus, you know? 30 kilograms of bike, is that going to be okay? So, anyway, I don't know. I did sort of warn him. But to be fair, like if he's with it, he could always carry both up. And I don't want to be sexist. Like a woman can't carry a bike, you know. But it's a really heavy, 30 kgs. It's not just the weight, it's an awkward load. That's the thing. But it's a short ride, this. It's a walk, really. This is more of a walk. I shouldn't be riding this, in all honesty. But it's just into the little village of Brinklow. See if I can pick up a couple of beers and a couple of pies, actually. They've got a little local shop, post office, and they sell pies from some kind of local producer, which are quite nice. I remember them when I very first came through here in 2020, heading north. I remember the pies. Sausage rolls it was. And they were like crack cocaine. Not that I've ever tried that stuff, by the way, you know. Hasten to add. I think I'll get on the pavement. The cars, when they arrive, are in a bit of a hurry. Anyway, yeah, and I remember them being absolutely irresistible. But I tried one the day before yesterday, and it was not as nice as I remember. So, you know, but then I have had many exceptional pies since 2020. It's kind of become a speciality, you might have noticed. So this is the main street. I'm just going to park at the bottom of the street. There's a handy lamppost here. It's actually quite late. It's after 3 p.m. So it'll be dark in 90 minutes. probably. But it's such a quick ride. It's not a problem. Right, here's my little post. So I'll tie the bike up here and pop it up there. It's only about 200 yards up there. Right. Oh, let's get this thing locked. Like, there is a 99.9% chance this bike would be absolutely fine if I left it in this is a well-to-do village, it really is. But you know, why take the chance? As I've said before, just make it a standard procedure. Lock it every time. One of the limitations of this chain of mine is its length, and as you can see, I could get one that was heavier, longer, but it would of course be much heavier, to the point where it becomes almost impractical really. It forms a load, you know, significant weight on its own, so it just doesn't really work. So it's a bit of a weird village this. Kevin there in the boat next to me said he tried this chip shop. He was here a few months ago. He cruises in this region and there's a chip shop. He said he tried it and he really didn't like it. I was going to give it a go as well, but I'm not sure now, and I don't know what. That might be worth a thought. Perhaps pick up a chicken fried rice, but I'm not going to be staying that long. So there's a little sort of a church here, United Reformed Church. It's a nice building as well. And you can see across the way there are some like proper period sort of cottages. I don't know if period means they're genuine. These are genuine. Like that's like 300 years old type thing. I don't know if period means a reproduction or a copy, but that's genuine. You can see. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, that's the amateur verdict. So, let's see what they've got left. A little bit late in the day. This looks good. This place. Pumpkins Deli. There we go. Alright. Stash the gloves. Do you want to... Can I get the door for you?
Thank you.
There we go. Hiya. Yes, I'll just take these, please. Feels like it's gotten properly chilly.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But I try not to moan about the weather.
No.
I feel like it could always be worse, really.
Yeah.
No matter what you say. Oh, hello, I didn't spot your beers. Right. So what have we got? Golden ale, okay. 4.2. Right, how much are those? I'll take a brace of those, please. Yeah. Pale bitter. I'll take the golden ale. 2 of these. There we go. Another a local brewery as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Church End. Some of these guys do some lovely stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay a bit more, but it's worth it, you know.
Yeah. They go well. Yeah.
So, well, fingers crossed anyway. Let's hope I like them. Yes, well, thank you. I may see you again, you never know. Yeah, you too. Bye now. Well, he was nice, wasn't he? What a lovely chap. By the way, there's more. There's not much further up, except for the ruins of a castle. But now that I'm weighed down with a full cargo of beer, I don't fancy the stroll. And I believe it's just a mound anyway, to be honest. The remains of Brinklow Castle. Right, let's wait here. So, yeah, it's a nice little village, and the deli, I believe, has got great reviews. I didn't try it. I wanted to try it. I was a bit busy yesterday, but maybe I'll give them a call. It'll probably be my last day here tomorrow. I feel like I need to move on towards rugby. So, but yeah, I would normally have popped in and got a pie or a fish or something, but Kevin doesn't reckon they're that good. Listen, I'm not going to slag him down. I'm not slagging him down personally. I would say try him. Taste is individual. So I'm not going to rubbish a local chippy when I've not tried it, but I'm not tempted to try it. And people's tastes are always different. So yeah, don't want to rubbish any local business. Definitely don't want to do that. Not without trying it myself. So don't let me put you off. It's only one guy's opinion, who I've just met. But a lovely chap. Right, let's get unlocked, let's get back. So, what's happening is, I've got a rat problem again. And it's my own fault. I've basically, as I say, built like a luxury rat condominium in the Cratch. So, I've got to have a massive clear out. And also I put down some poison the last 2 nights, and both blocks of it were eaten, but I heard some scratching around this morning, so they're not all dead. So I'm going to try poison again tonight, and then I'm going to do an inspection of a big clear out and see what is there. I'm a little bit wary. This is going to sound silly. There is a practical consideration. Rats in canals sometimes carry something called Weil's disease, which is very, very difficult, really, really nasty and potentially deadly. So I think it's carried in the urine, but you're not going to take a chance of you to be bitten by one. Who knows, you know? I don't know. So I didn't have the clear out today because I don't want one to just leap out at me terrified. They move so fast, get a quick bite in and potentially give me a problem, and potentially a massive problem. So, but there's definitely at least one still in there. So hopefully I'll kill him tonight. Another poison, my last poison block, and then either do the clear out tomorrow or move on to rugby tomorrow and then do it. Because it's a nice spot, but it's almost too quiet. Although the guy behind is great company, I've got to say. He's one of those guys, the weather doesn't put him off. He worked outdoors. And he's used to the cold, standing around, hanging about in the cold. So he's out in all weathers on the stern, just having the odd fag, or, you know, just enjoying the fresh air when I'm cowering inside next to the stove, you know. Or as more likely these days, doing some video editing. So yeah, I don't know, a lovely guy, like, to be honest. Normally I'd stick around for another day or two. I wonder, is there a pub in the village? There is a pub, isn't it? I wonder if he'd be interested in going for a drink. That's a thought, isn't it? Anywho, yeah. It is a walk, this. I am being lazy. And I believe there's a shortcut. This guy Kevin was telling me you can cut through somewhere up here at this junction that you can see just ahead. I might give it a quick look and see. He said it's here somewhere. There's a cut through. No, I'm not seeing it. Sorry. I'm probably going to be gone tomorrow anyway, so I'm not going to need it. But it makes the walk into town that bit quicker and easier. Somewhere here, yeah, there's a yellow post. I missed it. Hidden away. So yeah, there's a potential route in which cuts a big loop out, and so much more easy walk. Anyway, so we have rat problems. I think I picked the bugger up, or perhaps a family of them, at Hawkesbury Junction, where I believe they're very common. There are just some places. Chester was one place, absolutely overrun with rats. Chester Basin, when I was there anyway. Open your door of a night and you can see 3 or 4 hanging about within 20 yards. And I think Hawkesbury Junction's another place. So a couple have moved in, and their tenancy will not last much longer. It's going to end badly, and I take no pleasure in it, really. You know, joking aside, they're just trying to make a living, aren't they? It's not their fault they picked on the Terminator, the rat Terminator. I shouldn't say things like that. That's what people say in horror films before they get eaten alive by a pack of 2,000 rats. Could a pack of 2,000 rats eat a human being? They could do for me. But I mean, someone sort of, you know, fit and healthy and with some semblance of reflexes. This path is a bugger. This is where, coming down steps like this, you need to dismount your panniers. My clever invention, my next clever invention, is a strap. And the idea is, the panniers aren't on now, but I'm going to dismount the panniers, link them together with a luggage strap, throw them over my shoulder, and then carry it down, because the weight of shopping in the back tips the balance of the bike, and it's almost impossible to carry down steps. It's just the right pain, because the thing's 22 on its own, plus there's a 3 kilogram chain. What have I added? That's it, actually. It's probably near the 25, 26. I'm saying 30, probably near 25, 26, but it's bad enough. Add 20 kgs of shopping on the back, and you can't hold the freight. Anyway, this isn't the time for discussions of bike portability. I'd be interested to see how that guy gets on. I think I mentioned the YouTube channel, so maybe one of these days he'll find it and comment. If you do happen to ever watch this, I do apologise, I've forgotten his name, I've forgotten your name, mate, but he was a lovely lad, and yeah, I'd be curious what bike you got. It was called a PVY, and again a Chinese make. Looked good though, looked like a nice bike, no problem with it, just those fat tyres and the weight, approaching 30 kgs, that's such a lot of weight, you know. I'm puffing a bit, the coming down's difficult enough, but lifting it up, God.